Lord Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. This is the reality of the situation. We need to pay Carson Wentz right now. If we got it, let's pay him right now. For a multitude of reasons. I mean, you can use a formula. First of all, I'm gonna tell you why he needs to be paid. We're in the post Super Bowl era. We're in the post Super Bowl era. We got a franchise quarterback. He's clearly better than every quarterback in the division. Only a madman would say that any quarterback in the division right now has a better skill set or has better physical attributes than Carson Wentz at the quarterback position. So with all that being said, what are we waiting for to lock our guy up? Health is a concern. Okay, I think a little extra money will give you an incentive to make sure that you do what you got to do to take care of your body. Especially if you already got that level of talent that Carson Wentz got. Listen, what are we going to do if he can't stay healthy? What are we going to do if he don't finish? What are we going to do realistically if he doesn't finish this season out? If Carson Wentz does not finish this season out, are we going to cut bait? No, we're not. So it's kind of ridiculous to even talk about something like that. Are we going to cut bait if Carson Wentz don't finish out this season? No, we're not. What we're going to do if Carson Wentz doesn't finish out this season is say, all right, well, next year, let's hope that he gets healthy. We got a once-in-a-lifetime situation at the quarterback position. A once-in-a-lifetime situation. We got a franchise quarterback, post-Super Bowl era. I say pay him now. Now, I'm not flip-flopped on this situation, but let's not be crazy about this, man. Let's not be crazy about this. It's not like that he's been in the league 8-9 years and he's showing his pattern of being unhealthy. Like, I watched Chris Carter. Something Chris Carter said really stuck out to me today. Well, I saw a snippet. I didn't watch the show. He said if a defensive lineman would have had the same resume injury-wise as Carson Wentz with the same amount of games missed, he would have already been maxed out. 8 out of 48 games. 8 out of 48 games. Still probably within the last 3 years, the most touchdowns in the division from a quarterback position. I got to check and see if Eli got more touchdowns, more than 70-something touchdowns over the last 3 years, but I doubt it. Come on, man. You got to be kidding me, man. You got to be kidding me. And we talking about, we're talking about, I think we're talking about, the things we're talking about as far as Carson Wentz's health is concerned, it's kind of disrespect. 8 games out of 48? Come on, that's not even that serious. Still 10,000 passing yards. Listen, this is the main reason why you need to make sure you put some money behind your guy right now if he's going to be your guy. If you don't draft Carson Wentz, the Philadelphia Eagles are not Super Bowl winners. We're not champions if you don't draft Carson Wentz. We're not. Point blank, period. We're the Philadelphia Falcons. We're the Philadelphia Panthers. Drafting Carson Wentz was a big part of us getting that Super Bowl win. Even though he didn't play one single playoff snap. Tell me if there's another quarterback that valuable that can basically assist in a huge way of you guys getting a Super Bowl without playing one playoff game. Give me another quarterback who could have been able to do that. There is not one. Give me another coach that could have done that. It's rare. It's rare. It's rare. Because without Carson Wentz, we don't get the number 1 seed. We don't get the number 1 seed. Let's face facts. We barely beat the Falcons that playoff run. Nick Foles needed time to warm up. It took a goal line stand in the playoffs. That was our 3-point shot to keep the series alive. That win against the Falcons. Carson Wentz would have blew the Falcons out. Nick Foles needed that one game to get acclimated. And by the grace of God, Carson Wentz played well enough that we were able to still be able to grasp the number 1 seed after he went down. We thought it was over. Nick Foles came alive when we played the Minnesota Vikings. We thought it was over. I think we played the Giants. Nick Foles looked bad in that game. Then I think it was like the Raiders. He looked so-so in that game. Then it was on to the playoffs after the bye. But we needed a bye. We needed Carson Wentz to get us in position. I say you pay this man right now and stop talking about health. I'm glad that how we said Carson is going to be a great player for a long time to come for the organization. That was much needed. That was much needed. But unlike other quarterbacks, I think Carson Wentz is well deserving of the bread. He well deserving of the bread. The Seahawks took care of Russell Wilson. Not to say Carson is Russell Wilson, but you got to take care of your guy. If he's your guy, take care of him, man. That's the bottom line of this video, man. I feel like Carson deserves the bread. I know people feel like he need to prove himself. I think he's proven enough. I think it's just haters, man. He's proven enough. He's proven enough. These guys acting like he's missing 5 games a season or something crazy like that. Now, I can see if he missed 15 games out of 48. That's crazy. 8 games. 8 games. And the bulk of the games he missed was due to an ACL injury. That's an ACL. How many games did Sean Watson miss? They don't talk about that. Andrew Luck missed like 2 seasons. They're not talking about that. You know what I'm saying? Andrew Luck missed that after he got the bag. Carson Wentz is worth his weight in gold. He's worth his weight in gold. I believe he could have finished the rest of the season. I don't think he quit. I think that the organization shut him down because they thought it was over. But then in comes Nick Foles again, who earned his money by stepping in when Carson went down. Pay him. What y'all think? Yo, can we be productive? Can we really truly be that productive, putting that much pressure on the rookie? So they're saying Miles Sanders has a chance and has, you know, I don't know if they mean chance or if he's in a position to possibly be a rookie of the year. I don't see that happening. I believe in his ability, but I don't believe he's the best pure runner on the roster. To be rookie of the year as a running back, I mean, you got to probably be rushing for like 1,000 yards. Now, if he's rookie of the year, then something went terribly wrong in the running back room with the plans with Jordan Howard and things of that nature. I don't expect him to be rookie of the year based upon how I see our team being structured. He could possibly split these carries so they could keep each other fresh, but he got to prove that he can run the ball effectively before I can give him some of Jordan Howard's carries. I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves right here, man. Let's not jump the gun. The kid is a rookie. We need to see certain things out of him in training camp and in preseason before we can say he possibly can be rookie of the year. Rookie of the year is mostly reserved for quarterbacks who are thrown in the fire or a lot of specialty guys who are drafted in the first round. Also, leave some comments. Give me a specialty player who made rookie of the year who was drafted in after the first round. It's a real interesting thing, man. But, you know, best of luck to Miles Sanders. But in my opinion, if Miles Sanders is rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year, then something went terribly wrong where we had to depend on him far more than we would have liked to. Yeah.